okay, I think I figured out how to get it all on the same device. So here goes. Marcus, dude, thank you for just your submission and your feedback. You asked a really thoughtful question, and dude, I get it, man. I mess up all these words, and yeah, I should probably work on things at the beginning of the day when I got my best energy. But dude, congrats on the new job, man. I'm glad to see God using you and putting you in strategic places. So that's really cool. Um, Dude, I appreciate how you connected EI and ATL to the themes of integrity and credibility. And I guess one thing that I would add in cultivating those is the intentional rhythms of reflection and feedback. And so when I look this up, DAF points out in the leadership experience that leadership development doesn't happen in isolation. And so just thinking about how leaders can cultivate EI and ATL in their organizations. I think feedback is a huge way to do that. I think it happens in a thorough, structured practice. So it's not just going to happen organically. I know we like the term organic, but I think you really have to be intentional. And leaders, in order for them to grow in self awareness, they're going to have to take time to reflect on their own emotions and the decisions that they've made to assess those things with honest feedback from mentors, from peers, and even some of the people that are following them. It kind of reminds me too of Psalm 139, where the scripture says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous ways in me. Lead me in the way everlasting." And so the psalmist here, this prayer, I think it can model how leaders can invite both God and trusted relationships, trusted team members, to help them grow in their awareness and their alignment. A couple practical thoughts. I like stuff like this. So Dr. Carlo, he really wrote me in with the whole idea of a cohort, the principle of iron sharpening iron. And so I think cohorts in organizations can help leaders process challenges together, but also receive that peer feedback. Mentoring systems. So again, maybe there's a seasonal rhythm or some type of leadership model where emotional maturity and authenticity is being refined. And then the last thing I would add along with that would be regular assessments. And so one thing that I stole from Leader Step in Mana's growth track was the 360 mentoring, and something we put in place just for the staff and the residents that I get to develop are those quarterly 360 feedbacks. And so it's just simple. What are the top three, bottom three, and next three behaviors? But it just facilitates moments for a leader to get that 360 pulse on how they're doing with their emotional intelligence, but also in their authenticity. So maybe a question back to you, bro, would be, have you discovered any practices, or what do you think would be most creative or effective to help people feel safe enough to be vulnerable and accountable in authentic leadership?